In this video, we're going to be testing the Flysky Noble controller along with the Futaba GYD470 Gyro. We're going to be putting them in this Yokomo chassis in order to make sure that they are all compatible and everything works fine at this combo. If you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is Troy. This is Roadside RC. This video is actually a viewer request. So Pitts Fly commented, he's from Australia. He's been trying to run the GYD470 with a Spectrum DX3R, having a bunch of issues, wondering before he drops the coin on a Noble NB4 if I can confirm or whether or not everything works fine with him. So that's exactly what we're going to do here. Before we swap anything over, went ahead, installed my Genzace battery in here, 2S Shorty that I use with this car, hooked it up, fired it on. So we're just double checking, car works, everything works fine. No issues whatsoever with the 450. I imagine this should be a pretty easy test for me. I actually already have the GYD450, the predecessor to this gyro, installed in this car. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just actually stick the 470 right here next to it. And then I'm going to swap all the wires over one for one, and we're going to give it a shot. Of course, we're going to have to do some initial setup, steering, centering, endpoints, all that kind of stuff, because it will be different than what I have in my primary drift car. Process of just literally moving everything over from the old gyro over to the GYD470. Now, as mentioned, we're going to have to reset everything in the controller and the gyro for this car compared to the car that it was running before. So the first check we're going to do is turn it on and see how our centering is. Oh, center is actually pretty dang close, so we can come in here and actually just tweak this linkage right here between the servo and the steering in order to get it back straight. For the quick test that I'm going to be doing here today, I'm going to leave it alone so that when I put it back to the 450, everything's still set up nicely. We need to check, yep, right is still right, left is still left. It looks like I might need to reset the endpoints. Looks like I might have a little bit of over travel, but not much actually. The steering stops, but you see up here that the servo horn is not moving, not even trying to move. That's a good thing. Other thing we're going to note is, does the gyro operate as it should? And yes, it does. It turns in the direction that it should, so we're having no issues there. Looks like it's actually fully set up, and we don't basically have to do nothing. We can just go try to drive it. Now, as a quick note, if you want more in-depth detail on either this controller or this gyro, I will provide links to both of those videos that I previously created down in the video description. So you'll be able to go down there, click them, and be able to see a more in-depth walkthrough of how to set up the Noble and a more in-depth walkthrough of how to set up the GYD470. Now, we tested both gyros back to back, 450, 470. So for Pitts Fly, the viewer request here that we had today, does the Flysky Noble work with the GYD470? For sure. For sure it does. It works just fine. I will note though, not having spent a bunch of time here trying to really fine tune the details of it, the GYD450 felt better. I don't think at this point I've actually literally driven those two gyros so close back to back, but I did this time, and turns out I really like how the GYD450 handles better. Still to this day, that still may end up going down in history as my absolute favorite gyro ever. I hope this was useful for you. Pitts Fly, thank you for the question. Sorry it did take me a little while to get back to you, but If any of you otherwise have drift questions, concerns, things like that, I am happy to help out. Post them down in the comments and I will work them into my to-do list for videos. So thank you for watching. Really appreciate all the support. Goodbye.